Welcome to Silver Eagle Basketball. I'm Steve Martinelli. Monona Community Media brings you Silver Eagle Basketball on the web. Go to YouTube channel Monona Community Media. I can't talk now. And you can watch Monona streaming live from anywhere in the world. Anywhere you can get the internet, at least. Well, tonight, the road to the Resch Center and the state tournament continues as the Silver Eagles try to win Game 2 of the regional playoffs and we'll get a regional crown here against the Fort Atkinson Blackhawks. Monona Grove victorious last night against the Jefferson Eagles, 49-24. Easier than that one might sound. Actually, that doesn't sound, it sounds pretty easy, doesn't it? Kelsey Stinson and Autumn Ogden each with 14 points last night for Monona Grove as they took a lead early in the first quarter and led the entire game. All 10 girls getting out onto the floor, playing some quality minutes. Coach Nelson able to rest some of his starters. They looked pretty good. They did everything right last night against Jefferson. I actually think they could have scored a lot more points. They missed some easy baskets. So if there's one criticism, that's it. Tonight, it ought to be interesting. They played Fort Atkinson twice already, as they are a Badger South foe. Fort Atkinson comes into tonight's game with an 8-15 season record. They won their game against Milton last night, 28-24, despite scoring only 1 point in the second quarter. At the end of three quarters, that score was 17-12. That had to be just a riveting, thrilling game, a real nail-biter. Anyways, Fort Atkinson comes into Monona Grove. Senior guard Ashley Weissman scored 8 points to lead the way for them. She's typically their second leading scorer, averaging an even 6 a game. Emma Reed, their leading scorer, a 5'5 senior. She averages just about 8 points a game. Scoring has been the problem for the Blackhawks all season. In their two games against Monona Grove, they've managed an average of 28 points. The Silver Eagles over 50 in both of those games. Back on December 12th, the Silver Eagles hosted Fort Atkinson here at MG and won 59-30. Great game for Kelsey Stinson that night as she hit 3 three-pointers, scored 24 points altogether. Autumn Ogden had 14 and 9 rebounds. And then in January, on the 27th, they went down to Fort Atkinson and thumped them there too, 51-26. Another big game for Kelsey Stinson. She hit 5 three-pointers, hit all 6 of her free throws, had 11 rebounds, 3 blocks, 21 points. Just a wonderful night for Kelsey Stinson. Autumn Ogden had a nice night as well, 10 points for her and 6 rebounds. And Meg Sullivan had 10 points, getting her into double figures. Both those games, Fort Atkinson was led in scoring by Emma Reed. Reed with only 9 in the first game, 14 in the second game. The Silver Eagles dominating both those games. They dominated last night, and no reason to think they're not going to dominate tonight. The winner of tonight's game gets to play next Thursday night at Janesville Parker versus the winner of Waterford and Union Grove. Both of them big winners last night. Waterford beating Elkhorn 62-38 and Union Grove beating Wilmot 55-33. So, except for Fort Atkinson just getting by Milton, all 3 of the games in this bracket, this sectional bracket, were thumpings. Silver Eagles come in with an 11-12 record, so tonight, a win tonight would put them 12-12 on the season and give Coach Eric Nelson his 98th career victory as Silver Eagle head coach. 98 wins versus only 67 losses. Not a bad record at all. Of course, he had a stretch there of about 4 years where he didn't lose 10 games total, I think. A little harder times this year. A young squad, a lot of juniors and a lot of good sophomores. This is going to be a good team coming back next year. I'm really optimistic. But let's not count them out this year yet. A team like this could get hot and make their way to the Resch Center in the state tournament in Green Bay in a couple of weeks. We're just about ready to start things off here tonight. We'll have the national anthem, player introductions, all the usual stuff, and then we'll have us some basketball here. The Blackhawks having trouble scoring all season. They've averaged 34.5 points a game. We'll talk more about that a little later on. But there's a girl at South Shore up north on Lake Superior's shores who's averaging 41 points a game. She's scoring more than all of Fort Atkinson. She had 65 the other night to set a state record. Player introductions coming up. First, for the Lady Blackhawks of Fort Atkinson.
Number 2,
Number 2, Ashley Weissman, a 5'8 senior. Ahea Simmons, number 20, a 5'8 junior. Number 30, a 5'5 senior, Emma Reed. Number 32, a 5'10 freshman, Sarah Pfeiffer. And 34, a 6-foot sophomore, Carrie Fromatter. And your Silver Eagles.
First, at center, a 5'11" sophomore, number 25,
Maddie Knable, a 5'11 sophomore, number 25. 5'10 junior, number 20, Kelsey Stinson. Number 14, 5'10 junior, Autumn Ogden. Number 35, 5'9" junior, Kaylee Hinson. And rounding out the starting lineup, number 22, 5'8" senior, Meg Sullivan. So for the Silver Eagles, Ogden, Stinson, Sullivan, Knable, and Hinson. For the Blackhawks, Weissman, Simmons, Reed, Pfeiffer, and Fromatter. Reed, number 30, their leading scorer. All right. Knable jump center against Fromatter. And Stinson controls the tap over Meg Sullivan. First possession of the night for either team. And, oh, they almost throw it over Hinson's head. Inside for Knable. Maddie doesn't get it, draws the foul, and goes to the line for 2. Nice start. I like to see him pounded inside early on in the game. First foul on Ashley Weissman. Knable misses the first. Got to make your free throws, Maddie. Small contingent from Fort Atkinson here tonight. Nice crowd from MG. And Maddie makes the second one. It's a 1-0 MG lead. 14 seconds in. Now Reed will bring it up. This is Pfeiffer, back to Reed. This is Weissman. Fromatter, no. Race to the rebound. Simmons gets it. This is Pfeiffer working against Kelsey Stinson. Weissman. Batted away. It's going to go out of bounds to the Silver Eagles. They're going to say that Ahea Simmons touched it last. Now Hinson will walk it up and throw it away. That was no good. That was kind of lackadaisical on both Hinson and Stinson. You got to be sharper than that, even against a team like this that you should beat by 20-plus points. Now Reed will bring it up against Hinson. This is Simmons. Pfeiffer to Weissman, a 3-shot ball, no. Rebound, Hinson. On the run, the Silver Eagles. In the lane to Ogden. She puts up the left-hand scoop for 2. Autumn Ogden. 3-0 MG. Autumn, the leading scorer for the Silver Eagles, 14 points a game. And that's what she scored last night. Weissman called for the travel. Another turnover for the Blackhawks. Ogden, the leading scorer and the leading rebounder for the Silver Eagles. She also is one of the best passers and is high on the team in steals, and we got a foul inside. So go against the Silver Eagles. Ogden called for the foul, her first, team first. Gabby Merrill will come in and Autumn will take a rest. And Reed will walk it up for the Blackhawks, the Lady Blackhawks. That's what it says on the warm-ups. Fromater to Pfeiffer. To Simmons. Weissman, no. Rebound, Weber Knebel. Hinson into the lane, layup, and can't get it to drop though. Rebound Stinson. Oh, excuse me. Meg Sullivan, and she's called for the double dribble. 5:42 to play, a 3-0 MG lead. Reed will walk it up. Reed was a starter last year for the Blackhawks. That miss, rebounded by Stinson. She'll bring it up herself. Hinson, she'll drive the lane, dump it over to Knebel. 10-footer, no. Rebound Pfeiffer. Weissman going baseline for two. 3-2, Fort Atkinson's first points of the night. Hinson into the corner to Merrill, and Gabby draws a foul. Ooh, Weissman called for her second foul. No, I'm sorry, that's Simmons called for the foul. Ogden and Carson Weber into the game for the Silver Eagles. Maya Garrett in for Fort Atkinson. 6-foot sophomore, and Weber loses the handle. It's Blackhawk ball. Fort Atkinson's got some nice size. They can bring a lot of 5'10", 5'11", 6-foot girls off the bench. Reed will walk it up against Weber now. Weissman in the right corner, looking for some help. Simmons almost lost it. Right into the hands of Gabby Merrill. Quickly down court, nice pass. And then they gave it away. Knebel dumped the pass over to Stinson. She couldn't hang on to it and turn it over to the Blackhawks. Reed will set up their offense again. Errant pass this time. And a travel called. It's going to be Blackhawk ball. Gabby Merrill, good hustle there, but just couldn't get her hands on the ball and got called for the travel. They inbound it to Reed. Weissman right side. She plants herself on that right side constantly. Now she's trying to go baseline against Ogden. Knebel doing a good job. Stinson picks up the loose ball. Ogden on the run, bounces off her foot. Picked up by Merrill. They're going to wave it off. They're going to call a foul on the floor, though, and this will be the third team foul against the Blackhawks. 2-4. Romans, I didn't even see her in the game. Romans, a 5'8" freshman. Stinson cross-court pass. Ogden missing. Rebound Merrill. And a timeout called by the Silver Eagle coach, Eric Nelson, leading at 3-2 with 3:39 to play in the first quarter. Kind of a quiet offensive night for both teams to start here in the first 4.5 minutes. A little sloppy with their passing. I gotta say the Silver Eagles looked much sharper last night when they jumped out to an 18-7 first quarter lead. How'd they do last time against these girls? Well, when the first time they played them, it was first 14-6 in the first quarter, 13-8 in the second game, so they jumped out to nice leads right away. Leads they did not relinquish, so let's hope that's the case here. Despite this slow start, the Silver Eagles will have the ball coming out of the timeout. Hope to get some offense going here. All right. Let's see. We've got Weber, Ogden, Stinson, Hinson, and Merrill on the floor for the Silver Eagles. Kelsey Stinson inbounding. Hinson to Stinson. Cross court to Ogden. Into the lane, dump it back to Hinson, swing it around to Stinson. And a travel called on Kelsey Stinson. Just a little bit of a shuffle there before she snapped that pass off. So now MG puts the pressure on. That trapping press. Pfeiffer called for the carry. So Silver Eagles get the ball back. Now Stinson will sit down and Sullivan will come into the game. Still leading 3-2. Stinson, cross court to Ogden. And she throws it out of bounds. Almost hit one of the assistant coaches for Fort Atkinson, who wasn't paying attention to the game. Emma Reed and Maya Garrett coming in. No, Garrett's going to inbound. Simmons takes the inbound pass and travels with it. So, another Fort Atkinson turnover. The Silver Eagles with a chance to build on that lead a little bit. It'd be nice. We've had several possessions without a score here. A few errant passes. Ogden, Hinson, Stinson. Stinson taking it into the lane, draws a foul, will go to the line for two. Foul on 34. Katie Fromater, her first, team fourth. Kelsey Stinson to the line for the first time tonight, missing the first. Silver Eagles shot well from the line last night. Not great. They shot okay. Let's see, 7 out of 11. We'll take that. Free throw shooting has been one of their weaknesses this year, and Stinson missing them both. Garrett with the rebound now. They're running into that trapping press again. Fort Atkinson calls the timeout. 2:37 to play in the first quarter. Still just a 3-2 game. So far, pretty underwhelming effort by both teams. A lot of mistakes on there. Monona Grove, the #1 seed in this regional. Waterford on the other side, they're playing Union Grove tonight. And we'll see the winner of those two games play each other Thursday at 7 o'clock down at Janesville Parker. That's first game of sectionals. The sectional championship is at 1 o'clock in the afternoon at Janesville Craig on March 7th. The winner of that game, of course, going to Green Bay to play in the state tournament. All right. The timeout's over. We're ready to play again. Garrett inbounding for the Blackhawks. Gets it into Emma Reed, guarded by Kaylee Hinson. Over to Simmons, left side. Into the corners, Pfeiffer. Excuse me, Garrett in the corner. Now Reed went to her knees, managed to keep her dribble though. Tries to dump it down to Garrett and throws it past her and out of bounds. Another bad pass and a turnover for the Blackhawks.
Both teams 7 turnovers here in the opening quarter. There's still 2 minutes, 15 seconds left.
Hinson to Stinson. Cross court. Merrill. Hinson, 3-ball. Nope. Rebound Fromater. Hands it over to Reed, and she's harassed right away. Weber took a spill. Garrett gets it across. Romans has it blocked by Gabby Merrill. Weber into the lane. Are they going to count it? See what they're calling here. They're still discussing it a little. It's clearly a foul. Frohmatter called for her second foul. Foul is on the floor, though. Weber will come out. Merrill will come out. Ogden and Knable will come in. Bunch of subs in for Fort Atkinson. Knable taking the inbound, missing the bunny, puts it right back up. Missing again. Ogden trying to go back up, almost lost the handle. Tried to throw it off one of the Blackhawks, and Garrett picks it up. Oh, and Hinson fouls Reed. First foul on Kaylee Hinson. Second team foul against the Silver Eagles. 3-2. The Silver Eagles missed some great shots that last possession. It's Carmen Jamie throwing that one into the hands of Weissman. Back to Jamie. Jaime. That's what the Fort Atkinson radio guy says. Now they go underneath the Grant. Miss. Rebound Ogden. 1 minute to play in the quarter. Hinson trying to go baseline. Draws a foul. Weissman with her second. Six fouls, so the Blackhawks will be in foul trouble for the rest of the half. MG in the bonus now. No, they call it on Jaime, not Weissman. Stinson, a long three off the front of the rim. Rebound Ogden, the putback, and the basket, and the foul. Autumn Ogden with 4 points and a chance to add to that total. Second foul on Jaime. She's replaced by Simmons. Ogden's first trip to the line. Autumn misses that. Rebound Garrett. Silver Eagles have missed 4 free throws already in this first quarter. Simmons to Garrett in the right corner. No. Reed up top. Simmons. Pfeiffer. Inside to Garrett. No. Rebound Hinson. Ahead to Stinson. Kelsey will back up now. 20 seconds left. They'll play for last shot. Stinson Hinson just playing keep away. A 1-3-1 zone for Fort Atkinson. We're down to 7 seconds. Stinson to Hinson. Kaylee will put up the three. No. Stinson. Nope. Stinson too far under the basket to do anything with it. The first quarter ends a thrilling first quarter, 5-2. Sounds like a baseball score. I wonder how many runners were left on. Well, definitely underwhelming. Both teams, way too many turnovers. I think the difference is going to be who can cut down on turnovers and make some of those easy baskets. Both teams with opportunities in the paint in that first quarter, and neither one could capitalize at all. 5-2. Yikes. Silver Eagles have averaged 53 points a game on 48% shooting. So you expect a little more out of them. Fort Atkinson shooting a miserable 31% on the season from the floor, averaging 34.5 points a game. Let me find, I've got another little factoid here for you. 11 times this season they've been held to 30 points or less. They've scored 50 or more only 3 times all season. And only once this year were they able to put together back-to-back wins. That was back in December where they beat McFarland and then Elkhorn. All right. Weissman inbounding to start the second quarter. Let's see if Fort can get anything going here in the second quarter. This is Simmons with the ball, guarded by Sullivan. Reed for three. Nope. Rebound Stinson. Sullivan picks up the loose ball, and a timeout called by Coach Nelson. Some sloppy passing plaguing both teams. Coach Nelson taking the 30-second timeout to talk to his girls, try to calm them down a little bit. They just play the regular game. They don't have to press. They can beat these guys. Monona Grove, a very athletic, talented team. They're just making mental mistakes tonight. There's a kid in the stands with a TJ Hushman-Zuda jersey. Haven't heard that name in a while. Bonus points if you can tell us who Hushman-Zuda played for, what sport, and what team. All right, Silver Eagles inbounding in front of their bench. This is Kaylee Hinson with the ball. Stinson back to Kaylee. Ogden going underneath for two. Autumn Ogden with 6 of the Silver Eagles' 7 points. It's 7-2. Nice pick set there. Pfeiffer up top to Weissman, swinging around to Simmons on the right side. Now they go back to Pfeiffer, and she walked with it. Another turnover by the Blackhawks. Doesn't help your offense if you don't even get a shot off on a possession. They're getting out rebounded by MG, and so they got to take advantage every time they've got the ball. Sullivan, long, off the hands of Ogden. Knable picks it up. They get it out to Stinson, back to Hinson, top of the key. Ooh, in and out. And now we got a foul underneath. I don't know what the whistle was. There may have been an inadvertent whistle. I don't know. Anyways, Fort Atkinson has the ball. Pfeiffer bringing it up for the Lady Blackhawks. Guarded by Kelsey Stinson. This is Weissman right side. Cross course to Pfeiffer. No, rebound Stinson. That was a bunny. Pfeiffer should have had that one. They ran a nice play there, but to no avail. Now Meg Sullivan bringing it up for the Silver Eagles. Looking inside for Ogden. Autumn can't get it, draws the foul though. 2 shots. Ogden doing a good job getting open in the paint. Weissman picking up her second foul. Ogden 0 for 1 from the line so far tonight. There she makes one. I mentioned Autumn hitting 60% of her free throws this year. She's leading field goal shooter for the team, hitting 58%. Ogden hits them both. She has 8 points. It's a 9-2 MG lead. Knable will take a seat, and who is that came in? Gabby Merrill. Reed walking it up. Into the corner to Pfeiffer. Off the edge of the backboard. Rebound Hinson. Give it to Stinson. Ahead to Merrill. Kick it over to Ogden. She goes baseline. Scoop underneath. 2 more for Autumn Ogden. Autumn with 10 points. Simmons. She gets a basket. First basket in a long time for the Blackhawks. It's 11-4. Ogden trying to back in, runs into a triple team, gets it over to Merrill. Inside to Hinson, back to Autumn Ogden off her fingertips, saved it from going out of bounds. Picked up by Simmons. She's on the run. Missed it. Hinson gets the ball, draws the foul. Nope, knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it's MG ball. Carson Weber will come in, and Kelsey Stinson will take a seat. Lexi Nelson making her first appearance of the night. She will replace Kaylee Hinson. 11-4, the Silver Eagles lead. 5:26 to play in the first half. Nelson running the point now for MG. Over to Sullivan. Weber, back to Nelson. Back to Carson Weber, back to Nelson. Who almost lost it. This is Sullivan. Ogden will put up the 3, long. Rebound Weber, and she's called for a foul underneath. First foul on Carson Weber. Just the third team foul against the Silver Eagles. 5:04 to play at 11-4 MG lead.
Foul's going to go on Carson Weber. Aggressive against the freshman.
MG in that press still. Ooh, Nelson almost came up with the steal. Roman. And Roman draws a foul. Are they going to get Weber again on this one? Yep, Carson called for her second in a matter of seconds. Knable and Stinson ready to come in after the free throw. Roman's to the line for the first time tonight. He makes that one. Weber and Sullivan will sit down. Let's see, Roman, a 56% free throw shooter on the season. Makes them both here, and it's an 11-6 MG lead. Just under 5 minutes to play in the half. Stinson, back to Nelson, top of the key, left elbow, into the corner, and back up top to Nelson for three. Ooh, hit the back of the rim. Ogden with the rebound, backing in, left hand hook for two. 12 points for Autumn Ogden. It's in a 13-6 game. Reed running into trouble. Gets it across in time to Romans. Oh, we got a reach-in foul. Gabby Merrill called for the foul. Her first. Team fifth. Now Hinson will come in for Gabby Merrill. Weissman trying to find somebody to inbound it to, and she can't do it in time, and it's MG ball. No, timeout called. Didn't quite turn it over. 13-6 with 4:25 to play in the first half. Silver Eagles looking to win regionals for the umpteenth year in a row and move on. Some kid just running across the floor. And on to sectionals for the winner of this game. Down to Janesville for a couple of games. And then Green Bay, hopefully. They got a tough road, though. That other side of the bracket has DeForest and Edgewood, and those are two good teams. DeForest, of course, not at full strength after losing Kayla Goff to a knee injury, but still a dangerous team without her. All right, Fort Atkinson to inbound. Romans out to Pfeiffer. And a foul. Kelsey Stinson called for the foul. Her first. Team 6, so both teams in the bonus. 4:10 to play in the first half. Weissman inbounding in front of the MG bench. Cross-court pass to Pfeiffer. Into the corner, Garrett, and she walked with it. That happens a lot to this team. So, another turnover without getting a shot off. Hinson will bring it up for the Silver Eagles. Ogden can't hit the jumper. Rebound Reed. Reed gets it across to the free throw line. Romans, air ball, rebound Stinson. Ogden can't make the basket but draws the foul and takes out one of the Blackhawks too. That'll send Autumn to the line for two. Foul on number 30, Emma Reed, her first. Ogden 2 out of 3 from the line so far. She's got 12 of the Silver Eagles 13 points, misses that one. And a jump ball goes to the Silver Eagles. Subs coming in, Merrill, Weber, joining Hinson, Nelson, and Stinson. Stinson inbounding underneath their own basket. Up top to Kaylee Hinson. This is Gabby Merrill. Whip it inside to Stinson for two. Easy basket for Kelsey. Her first points of the night. It's a 15-6 MG lead. 3:20 to play in the first half. Simmons gets it to Weissman. Back to Simmons. Swinging around to Romans. She's trying to go baseline. Over the top of the basket. Rebound Garrett. Excuse me, Pfeiffer. Simmons inside to Garrett. And a foul called. I think they're going to call Lexi for this one. Yep, Lexi Nelson's first foul. That'll send Garrett to the line for two. Garrett shooting 47% from the line this year. Lexi will take a seat and Meg Sullivan will come in. Garrett hitting the first one. Earning a second one as we're in the bonus. That one makes it 15-7 with 3:01 to play. Now Carson will sit down and Autumn Ogden will come in. Second one coming up for Garrett. Perfect on both of them. Fort Atkinson 4 for 4 from the line. That one makes it a 15-8 MG lead. Now Kaylee Hinson will bring it up for the Silver Eagles. A little life in this quarter. The Silver Eagles came out pretty flat to start the game. Sullivan to Stinson. Back to Sullivan. Sullivan tries to go into the lane and draws the foul. Pfeiffer, I believe. Pfeiffer called for her first foul. That sends Kelsey Stinson to the line. Kelsey 0 for 2 tonight. There we go. Let's hit this one too, Kels. Missing that one though. Romans wins the race to the rebound. And she draws a foul. Kelsey Stinson called for the foul, her second. So we walk back the other way and Taylor Romans will shoot two. She hit both her free throws just a few seconds ago. Now she gets a couple more. Nope. Rebound Stinson. That's the first miss from the free throw line for Fort Atkinson tonight. Oh, Merrill throws it away. Ogden couldn't save it. Lexi Nelson coming in. She'll take Stinson's place. 2:32 to play in the first half, a 16-8 MG lead. And Marie will walk it up for the Blackhawks. This is Simmons. Simmons will stop, give it back to Pfeiffer. Up top to Weissman, into the corner. Who's 30? Emma Reed missing that one. Fromater, the putback, her first points of the night. Fromater, a 6-foot sophomore, using her size on that one. 16-10, under 2 minutes to play in the half. Nelson to Sullivan, back to Nelson, back to Sullivan, swinging around to Hinson, into the lane, dump it back to Sullivan, and a bad pass goes out of bounds. Just some sloppy passing tonight. 16-10, the Silver Eagle lead has dwindled to just 6. Weber will come in for Sullivan. Coach Nelson using every opportunity to sub. Knable ready to come in. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Reed walking it up against Hinson. Stolen by Ogden. Ogden gets fouled and will get 2 shots. Reed picking up her second foul. Ogden to the line for 2. Got to make your free throws, Autumn. Autumn 2 for 5 now from the line. Pfeiffer and Fromater were both honorable mention all-conference in volleyball this past fall. Ogden misses them both. Hinson takes away the rebound, though. He's swinging around. Gabby Merrill in the corner. Nelson, Hinson. Carson Weber called for the travel. Minute 18 left. Boy, they're calling that one a lot. 16-10. MG hanging on to the lead. Simmons taking the inbound pass from from Weissman. Now Reed with the ball. Back to Simmons. She gets it across the timeline. Stop. Weissman. Garrett from left corner, right corner. No. Rebound Ogden. She's on the run again. And Ogden fouled again. This could be Weissman's 3rd foul, I believe. Yes. Weissman's 3rd. Ogden to the line. Come on now, Autumn. Let's make a couple here. There we go. I've got Autumn Ogden for 13 points already. 13 out of the Silver Eagles' 17. Autumn, of course, an all-conference pick last year. Undoubtedly will be this year. She's really upped her game, even from last year when she was pretty darn good. Missing that one, though, and a double dribble called on Carson Weber. Under a minute to play, 54.6 seconds to be exact. Ford Atkinson. At least one possession here with a chance to draw closer. They trail 17-10 to your Silver Eagles. Reed almost lost the handle on that one. Now harassed by Merrill and Ogden. Simmons, a long 2, an air ball. Going back the other way, we got a foul underneath. I think Romans. Romans or Pfeiffer. No, Grant, her first. So we're coming back, shooting 2 shots. We're in the double bonus. Meg Sullivan, her first trip to the line tonight. Meg missing that one on the season. Meg a 500 free throw shooter. Second one coming, that one she makes. So keeping with her season percentage, 18-10. Romans runs into some trouble here. Picked by Ogden, gets it over to Nelson. Hinson. Sullivan back to Hinson. 20 seconds left. They'll play for the last shot here. Nelson up top. Back to Hinson on the left side. Back to Nelson, 10 seconds. Now we're under 10. Hinson. They go cross court to Nelson. Partially blocked, can't get it off. And the first half ends kind of ugly first half, but the Silver Eagles on top, 18-10. Stick around for this exciting second half of Silver Eagle basketball. Don't forget we're live on high def on YouTube. The channel is Monona Community Media. Tune in and watch us. There's an archive of old games there. You can entertain yourself for hours listening to my golden tones. Stick around, we'll have a second half of basketball coming up. All right, welcome back to Monona Grove High School. The second half just about ready to start up here. Silver Eagle girls hosting the Fort Atkinson Blackhawks. Monona Grove jumping out to an 18-10 first half lead. An error-plagued first half, but I'll take an 8-point lead at halftime any day of the week. Let's run down the scoring. This ought to be easy, seeing as there wasn't much of it. For Fort Atkinson, nobody with more than 2 points. In fact, anybody who scored has 2 points. Weissman, Simmons, Garrett, Romans, Fromater, all with just 2 points. Their leading scorer, Emma Reed, without a basket. And one of their key players, Weissman, with 3 fouls, so she's going to have to play carefully in the second half. On the Silver Eagle side of things, not a lot of girls putting points in. Meg Sullivan and Gabby Merrill each with a free throw. Kelsey Stinson has 3 points. Autumn Ogden doing the damage, though. Autumn with 13 points already in the first half. Nobody in foul trouble for the Silver Eagles, but the disturbing fact is they were 6 out of 16 from the free throw line in that quarter, or that half. Silver Eagles not a great free throw shooting team, hitting only 54% on the season. Far worse than that tonight. They got to get some points going here. They got a lot of girls that can score. They've got 8 different girls who've scored in double figures at some point in the season. And 10 times they've been shooting better than 66% from the line. So we know they've got the capability. It's just a matter of finding the key to unlock that door. Autumn Ogden coming in, averaging a little over 14 a game. She's got 13 already. Like I said, Kelsey Stinson, a quiet night with just 3, but 11.5 is her average, so she can light it up anytime. Remember those 2 games earlier this season, she had huge games. She's hit 8 3-pointers in her 2 games against Fort Atkinson. 2.5 games counting this one. Ogden just dominating though. Like I said, 13 points. She's got a bunch of rebounds to go with that. Stinson's played well on defense as well. Those 2 really run the show, but they've got a lot of good players assisting them. Let's just hope some of them can score some points here. MG boys will start their playoff run next Friday night. I'm trying to think who they play the winner of. There's a sub-regional that they got to play on Tuesday, and then we'll know who they're playing after that. They've got a pretty decent regional too. They got the #1 seed, as did the girls. Girls, assuming they hang on to win this one, will improve their season record to 12-12. All right. Blackhawks are ready to go. They come out on the floor with Reed, Weissman, Simmons, Fromater, and Pfeiffer. Their original starting 5. They played most of the first half as well for the Silver Eagles. Knable, Sullivan, Hinson, Stinson, and Ogden. Remember, Weissman playing with 3 fouls. She's the only player in the game with that many. Reed will start the 3rd quarter with the ball in her hands. This is Weissman looking for the cutting Pfeiffer. Nice pass there. That ball short. Rebound Stinson. Down the floor in a hurry to Knable. She tries to go baseline, has it knocked out of bounds. It's MG ball. So Pfeiffer with a nice shot there, just couldn't get it to score. Knable for 2. Her first field goal of the night. 20-10. They've doubled up the Blackhawks now, their largest lead of the night. Simmons will whip it around to Pfeiffer in the left corner, out to Weissman. Fromater at the free throw line. Simmons, and they throw it off the hands of Ogden. It'll be Blackhawk ball. Right in front of a rather sparse student section. About 12 or 15 kids making the trip from Fort Atkinson for this one. Simmons, 12-footer, nope. Rebound Ogden. Quickly ahead to Hinson. Kaylee lays it up and in, her first basket of the night. 22-10. Couple quick baskets for the Silver Eagles. We're a minute into the second half. Reed looking inside for Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer can't pick it up and kicks it out of bounds. Oh, that was Weissman who kicked it out of bounds. Silver Eagles trying to add to that 12-point lead. Hinson steps back from the free throw line, can't get it to drop. Rebound Sullivan, lost the handle. Still loose, Weissman comes up with it. Simmons. She'll pull back now. Throw one down. Simmons with her first points of the night. 22-12. Hinson to Stinson, to Sullivan. And we got a foul called against the Blackhawks. Is that Weissman's 4th? Yes, it is. My goodness, that can't help them at all. So she'll take a seat with 4 fouls, and Garant will come in. So they've got little taller lineup in there with Garrett. Garrett, a 6-foot sophomore, replacing Weissman, who's only 5'8". Now they go up top to Hinson. 6:15 to play in the third quarter. Hinson to Merrill. When did Gabby come in? Stinson for three, can't get it. Rebound Pfeiffer. Reed on the run, she'll pull back now. Ooh, nice little move to get around. Look inside for for Pfeiffer, and she gets fouled on the floor. Kaylee Hinson called for her second foul, team first. So they'll inbound underneath the Blackhawk basket. Into Fromater, blocked by Ogden. Ahead to Stinson. Left side, no, can't get it. Rebound Garant. Merrill scuffling. Hinson on the floor as well. How can they call over and back when it never went over? They're going to say maybe that Hinson touched it when her feet were on the other side of the line, but I don't know. I think that's kind of iffy. They're going to give it to white ball. All right, that's the right call then. They do give the ball to the Silver Eagles.
The ball was on the floor. If you want to call a foul on Ahia Simmons, I guess you can call a foul. But the official that was by the fourth bench called it over and back, which wasn't.
All right, a little switch here. Sullivan will inbound it to Hinson. Stinson plants herself in the left corner. Sullivan for three. There we go, Meg Sullivan. She has 4 points. It's a 25-12 lead. Reed does this little toe drag when she comes down the floor, and she gets bumped there and draws a foul. That'll be the second team foul against the Silver Eagles. Gabby Merrill called for her second foul. So Reed will inbound in front of the Blackhawk bench. Get it into Simmons. Simmons stops. Looking for some help now. Pfeiffer inside to Fromater. Fromater for two. She has 4 points on the night. It's a 25-14 MG lead. 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Sullivan to Hinson. Three. No. Rebound Merrill. Gabby gets two. 27-14. Reed hacked. She'll get 2 free throws. Autumn Ogden called for her second foul. Emma Reed to the line. She is scoreless so far tonight. There she gets in the book with her first free throw. Second one coming up. Simmons will come out, and 24, Taylor Romans will come in, and a timeout called by the Blackhawks. 27-15, the Silver Eagle lead is 12 with 4:48 to play in the third quarter. Fort Atkinson hitting just 1 3-pointer last night. That was by Reed. They're not much of a 3-point shooting team. No, they've maybe hit 50 of them all season. The Silver Eagles have put up almost that many alone by Stinson. Emma Reed, their best 3-point shooter at 29%. That says something about shooting percentage. All right. 4:48 to play in the third quarter. An error-plagued game. The Silver Eagles, though, managing the 27-15 lead. Be nice to build on that a little bit. All right. Emma Reed's second free throw coming up. Remember, she made the first one.
Reed to the free throw line. Second free throw attempt on its way.
Missing that one. Rebound Ogden, and she gets fouled from behind. So Emma Reed averaging just under 8 points a game, only one so far. Foul on Fromater, her third. So that's not going to help them. Stinson back to Hinson, back to Stinson. She'll take the three. There we go. Kelsey starting to get on track. She's got 6 points on the evening. It's a 30-15 lead, biggest lead of the night. There's that toe drag again. Blocked by Ogden. Pfeiffer didn't have a chance. Hinson can't get to that one. Nope, good hustle, but couldn't get down the floor fast enough. Silver Eagles trying a fast break after the block. Now the Silver Eagles putting the press on. Zone press this time. Over to Romans, left side, running into Meg Sullivan. She'll go up top to Reed. MG and an man-to-man. Most of the time they've had Ogden on Reed, and that's really doing the job, shutting her down tonight. Oh, Pfeiffer all alone for two. Her first basket of the night, 30-17. Sullivan from the left corner, long. Tipped, and they're going to get Gabby Merrill reaching over the back. Gabby called for her third foul. That's the most on the team. Team fourth. Now MG will drop off the press. Pick them up at half court. Reed trying to go baseline and travels with it. She does that foot drag when she stops. That time it bit her. All right, Weber and Knable ready to come in at the next whistle for the Silver Eagles. Sullivan has her pass knocked down by Garrett. Pfeiffer called for the travel now. Boy, they are quick to call traveling tonight. All right, Knable and Weber in. Sullivan and Merrill will sit down. Carmen Jaime in for the Blackhawks. Oh, and they throw it over Hinson, and Ogden can't get there in time to save it. Another turnover for the Silver Eagles. Somebody's got to inbound for you, Fort Atkinson. May as well be Taylor Romans. She gets it into Reed, and Reed runs right into Kelsey Stinson, and Stinson called for the foul, her third. So Reed a little slow getting up here. Ooh, Reed is hurt. One of the assistant coaches coming out to check on her. I don't know if it's her ankle or what. Stinson had good position. She just didn't establish it soon enough. And Reed, a smaller girl, really took a good shot. So she's going to have to come out. So both are starting guards. Reed, both are leading scorers for the season. Reed and Weissman on the bench. Pfeiffer coming in to take her place. Stolen by Ogden. She draws the foul. Guerin called for her second foul. 30-17, 2:35 to play in the third quarter. Silver Eagles with the ball and the comfortable 13-point lead. Ogden to Hinson. Autumn into the lane, 10-footer, rattles out. Loose ball now will go to the Silver Eagles. Romans lost the handle on that one, and it rolled unmolested out of bounds. Now Gabby Merrill inbound for Monona Grove. And a timeout called by the Silver Eagles. 2:17 to play, a 30-17 lead. Now Monona Grove picking up their offense a little more in this half and extending that lead out. At one point they led by 15. They're not far off from that now. Remember, they beat Fort Atkinson by what, 21 and 29 points? 25 and 29 points earlier this season. It's hard to beat a team 3 times though. You know, each time you play somebody, they learn a little more about you. In this case though, I think they learned that they're not going to beat Monona Grove 3 times, the 3rd time this season. Silver Eagles playing pretty well. Still a little sloppy. I mean, this game should be well over by now. Silver Eagles have made far too many mistakes, but their overall athleticism and skill have carried them to this lead. Let's get this one done and start looking ahead. All right, Ogden, Knable, Weber, Hinson, and Merrill on the floor for the Silver Eagles. Emma Reed walking around in the bench area for Fort Atkinson. Nice pass to Merrill. She goes into the lane, can't get it to drop. Rebound Knable. Out to Ogden. She tries to back it in. Turn around, no. Rebound from Otter. Jaime runs into the trap and draws the foul. Carson Weber called for that one. That'll be Carson's 3rd. So the foul's piling up. 6th team foul on the Silver Eagles. So for the rest of the game, Fort Atkinson will be shooting. Simmons getting it across. There she gets it across. Amy to Simmons in the right corner, trying to go baseline, finds it blocked by Weber. Fromater, a long 2-pointer. No, rebound Hinson. Kaylee on the run to Merrill. Into the lane, back to Hinson, top of the key. No. Ogden can't get the rebound. Good hustle over there in the corner by Merrill to get that ball and keep the possession alive. Ogden will come up top. Ogden into the lane, 12-footer, in and out, rebound Knable. She'll try to go back up. She gets tied up. The possession arrow says the Silver Eagles get it. All right. Emma Reed coming in for the Silver Eagle, or for the Blackhawks, taking Carmen Hamey's place. She must be okay. I'm glad to see that. Ogden thought about the 3, goes into the lane, passes out. Now they go to Knable, not going to drop, but she goes to the line with 2, 4-2. Fromater called for her 4th, so Fromater and Weissman both with 4 fouls. Knable can't get that to go though. She has 3 points on the night. Now Fromater will sit down, and Romans will come in. Sullivan comes in for Ogden. Knable's 2nd one. Also a miss. Rebound, Grant. Simmons into the lane, fall away jumper, no, off the front of the rim. Girls on the floor. Held ball, this one goes to Fort Atkinson. 39 seconds left in the quarter, 30-17 still. We get it into Garant. She gets the basket and the foul. Grant's first field goal. She has 4 points and a chance to add to that. The foul on Meg Sullivan, her first. Garant missing that one. Rebound Carson Weber. 30-19 with under 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Silver Eagles looking to advance. Just got to hang on to this lead. Hinson back to Stinson, under 20 seconds. Merrill back to Hinson. Over to Kelsey Stinson, back to Hinson. 10 seconds now, let's see what they do. Stinson drawing the foul, so they get a chance to set something up here with 3.3 seconds remaining. Taylor Roman's called for her second foul. 15 fouls, so now Meg Sullivan will inbound right in front of us here. Hinson throws up the three. Oh, off the rim and no good. The third quarter has ended. The Silver Eagles lead it by 11, 30-19. So 8 minutes left in this one. The Silver Eagles, not pretty, but they're building that lead. Remember that first quarter was just 5-2. Silver Eagles have been in double figures every quarter since then. And nice to see somebody other than Autumn Ogden scoring in that quarter. Sullivan and Stinson both hitting threes. Those were the big shots. The interesting thing here that's really going to hurt Fort Atkinson is they've got Fromater and Weissman each with 4 fouls. And then Emma Reed clearly shook up earlier in the game. She came back in, but she's got only 1 point. Hope we've got a few scouts here tonight watching Monona Grove and thinking this is the way they play, because they usually are a lot better than this. Hopefully they'll get overconfident and we got to play next week. First, let's take care of the business at hand and win this one. All right. Silver Eagles with 17 fouls, so Fort Atkinson in the bonus. They've got 5 fouls, so they're just 1 away from returning the favor. Stinson, Hinson, Sullivan, Knable, and Ogden on the floor for Monona Grove. Stinson, a long 3 off the front of the rim. Ogden takes it away. She puts up the scoop. Can't get it to drop. Knable with the putback. Silver Eagles with a couple of opportunities, making good on the last one. 5 points for Maddie Knable. 32-17. Simmons to Weissman. She's back in the game. Garrett for 2. Garrett with 6 points. I believe she leads them in scoring. And Autumn Ogden can't reach that one. Fromater in for Garrett. Weissman, she's got to get it in soon. Gets it into Fromater. Back to Weissman, over to Emma Reed. Reed will get it across the timeline. Simmons. And a double dribble called on Pfeiffer. 7:02 to play in the game. An 11-point MG lead. Merrill in for Sullivan. Weber in for Knable. Fort Atkinson's played a lot of this game in a 1-3-1 zone with Reed in along the baseline. They look inside for Weber, back to Stinson. And she gets bumped as she drives to the hoop. This will go against Sarah Pfeiffer. Her second. Both teams in the bonus now. Still an 11-point MG lead. This is Merrill. Hinson almost lost it. Ogden left side, back to Hinson. Merrill to Hinson. Silver Eagles being very patient here. Ogden, 3-pointer missed. Rebound Simmons. Oh, and Simmons walked with it. No, they're going to call the foul on Kelsey Stinson. Kelsey called for her 4th. So we'll come down and shoot. I thought Simmons walked with the ball, but instead they're calling Stinson for the foul. She'll come out now, and Meg Sullivan will come in. Simmons' first trip to the line. She's got 2 points already. Missing that one, rebound Weber. Carson's had a number of rebounds tonight. Like I said, she's the second leading rebounder on the team. Hinson draws the foul. She'll get a 1-and-1. Pfeiffer called for her 3rd foul. A lot of fouls in this game. Hinson to the line for the first time. Only 2 points for Kaylee tonight. She averages 7 in and out. Fromater really in that rebound, but a whistle. We're going to go back the other way and shoot a free throw. Ogden called for her 3rd foul. So Fromater to the line, her first time. She averages 3.2 points a game. She's got 4 already tonight, and a chance for a couple more if she makes the first. Nope. Lousy free throw shooting tonight too. And now a foul going back the other way. Jeez. Oh, this is going to be a long 4th quarter at this rate. Foul on Pfeiffer, her 4th. So Fromater, Pfeiffer, and Weissman all with 4 fouls. Carson Weber to the line. Carson scoreless tonight. Her first trip to the line. She averages just under 2 a game. Let's hit one. Come on, Fromater with the rebound. Nobody's hitting free throws tonight. Reed running into the double team. Looking inside, stolen by Ogden. .540 to play. Silver Eagle lead is 11 still, 32-21. Sullivan, no. Fromater with the rebound. And she walked with it? Yes, she did. So the Silver Eagles with a second chance. They inbound up top to Hinson. 5:25 to play. Ogden needs some help. Give it to Hinson. Merrill to Sullivan. Scoop. Nope, she's called for the travel first. Of course there was a whistle. Boy, these guys love their whistles. 3-man crews here in the playoffs. And this one particularly likes to blow whistles. This is Weissman working against Sullivan. Simmons up top. Under 5 minutes to play in the game. Weissman from the free throw line, no. Rebound Hinson. Everybody just kind of stood around and watched that rebound come down. Sullivan back to Hinson. Ogden back to Hinson. 4.5 minutes to play. Silver Eagles content to play a little keep away here. Conserving energy, that's what they're doing. Sullivan, Ogden, and Hinson playing keep away. Oh, let Carson Weber play too. Let Gabby Merrill play. There's Gabby getting a touch. Back to Ogden. Silver Eagles going into the stall here. Not even coming close to attacking the basket. I mean, it's a good strategy. Allow them to catch their breath, rest their legs a little bit. But it's boring, and now we got a reach-in foul on Simmons. Second one on Simmons. That'll send Ogden to the line for a 1-and-1. Ogden 3 out of 8 tonight. Knable coming in for Sullivan. And Stinson will be in a minute here. No, here she comes. She'll come in for Carson Weber. Ogden with 13 points already, 3 out of 8 from the line. Tipped. And the Silver Eagles maintain possession. Stinson, back to Hinson. They'll just play some keep away here and drive Pfeiffer nuts. That 1-3-1 zone having to come out and meet them. Simmons fouling Hinson. Simmons called for her 3rd foul. 10th team foul. So, Hinson, yeah, we're already in the double bonus, so she gets 2 of them here. And a timeout called by the Blackhawks. Oh, 32-21. This has been a long 4th quarter. 3:27 to play. The Silver Eagles hanging on to that 11-point lead. They've led by as much as 15. Student section standing up, starting to stretch their legs a little bit. They usually have themselves a fine time here at the game, dancing along with YMCA. A kind of a lackluster effort by these teams tonight. Both of them probably a little winded from last night's game, but boy, just an awful lot of mistakes. This is not the way you want to be playing at this point in the season. All right, coming out of the timeout, Kaylee Hinson will be shooting her 2nd free throw. Pretty soon we're going to start seeing some Blackhawks falling out the way things are going. All right. Hinson to the line. She's 0 for 2 from the line. 2 points altogether. There she makes one. 33-21. Emma Reed bringing it up for Fort Atkinson. Glad she's all right. Oh, and stolen by Hinson. Ahead to Ogden. Autumn, left-handed layup. Good, and she draws the foul. Ogden with 15 points now and a chance to add to that total. Foul on number 24, Taylor Romans, her 3rd. Missing that one. Autumn's missed a lot of free throws tonight. Don't like that. 35-21. Romans blocked by Ogden, but a foul called. They call Hinson for the foul, her 3rd. Both teams in the double bonus after this. Romans to the line for 2. Can't get it to drop. Romans with 2 points, both on free throws. She's 2 for 4 from the line now, with her 5th attempt coming up. Missing that one, and a reach over called on Garrett. And that'll send Ogden to the line again. That's Garrett's 3rd foul. Ogden to the line yet again. She has shot a pile of free throws and only made 3 of them tonight. Missing that one. There, Autumn makes one. She has 16 points to lead everybody in scoring. Back to that 15-point lead, 36-21 with 3 minutes to play. Weissman out to Romans, 3-point attempt, no. Rebound by Merrill. Gabby will bring it up herself. Now give it off to Hinson. Back to Merrill. Into the left side to Ogden, up top to Hinson. 2.5 minutes to play. Stinson to Ogden to Hinson. They'll just move it around for a while, and a foul called on Romans, her fourth. So 4 different Blackhawks with 4 fouls apiece. They'll send Kaylee Hinson to the line. Kaylee, a 65% free throw shooter. Second free throw coming up. That one she hits. 4 points on the night for Kaylee. 37-21, biggest lead of the night for the Silver Eagles. Pfeiffer out to Weissman. Pfeiffer called for the carry. Boy, she's a little frustrated, and I don't blame her. Simmons will come in, and Romans will take a seat. 2:10 to play, 37-21. Ball on the floor, timeout called by Coach Eric Nelson. 2:02 to play in a 37-21 MG lead. Silver Eagles looking to beat Fort Atkinson for the 3rd time this season and advance the sectionals. Nice winning regionals, that's the first step, but tougher games lay ahead, and the Silver Eagles are going to have to play better than this if they're going to go deep into the playoff season. This is the 2nd season. You play all year for that conference championship, but it's all out the window once you get to the playoffs, and now the Silver Eagles really have to play a lot better than this. Half-price food at the concession stand. I'll be right back. Just kidding. I want to see the rest of this one. The next 2:02 could be really exciting. It could be. Really. Hinson bringing it up for the Silver Eagles over to Stinson. They'll play some keep away here for a little bit. Try to avoid getting fouled. Merrill out to Hinson to Stinson. Told you they'd play keep. Oh, now they just throw it away. Bounces off the scorer's table, and it's Blackhawk ball. Emma Reed back into the game. Minute 44 to play. Emma Reed counting down the last minute 44 for high school career. She's been a good player for the Blackhawks. Starter for 2 years. She gets fouled now by Kaylee Hinson. 4th on Kaylee. So Kaylee and Kelsey each with 4 fouls. That'll send Reed to the line where she's 1 out of 2. Just that single free throw for her to get her in the scorebooks tonight. Clangs that one off the front of the rim. Boy, an uncharacteristic night for Emma Reed. Second one coming up for her. Weissman will sit down. I believe her career is over as a Blackhawk. The senior will take a seat on the bench. Now Reed's second one. That one's good. She has 2 points. 37-22, minute 35 to play. Stinson to Hinson. Merrill. Carson Weber in the game. I missed that. There's Carson with a touch. They're just going to work the perimeter a little bit here. They go inside to Ogden. Autumn, left-hander. Nope, draws the foul and will get 2 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 free throw attempts tonight for Autumn. 2 more coming up here. She's only made 4 out of the 12. Number 10, Hannah Reed into the game for Fort Atkinson. Hey, Autumn makes that one. 17 points for Autumn. Oh, all sorts of subs coming in for all sides. Grossman in, Natalie Mickelson. all sorts of Blackhawks. As they clear their bench, their season's over with 57 seconds left on the clock. I'll say the girls' names if they do something, but right now it's Autumn Ogden's turn in the spotlight. She has 17 points on the night and a chance to add another one here. A 16-point lead, the biggest of the night for the Silver Eagles. 38-22. Ogden gets that one to drop. 18 points for Autumn tonight. She leads all scorers. Another fine night for Autumn. 5 new Blackhawks out there. We'll say their names if they do something. There's a 3-ball. Nope. Rebound. The putback by number 12. Number 12 not on the roster. Probably brought up from JV. We'll call her Calhoun. 20 seconds left. Ogden. And Autumn gets fouled again. Oh my goodness. And we're in the double bonus, of course, so we'll shoot with 14 seconds left. A foul on number 12. Autumn to the line again where she spent most of the second half, missing that one. I know what Autumn's got to work on this next week. I love Autumn Ogden as a player, but boy, she is not making her free throws tonight. Only hit about a third of them. Oh, and she's shot a lot. Stolen by 44. She's not on the roster. Halverson, jump ball. It'll go to Fort Atkinson with 1.4 seconds remaining. Now Lexi Nelson will come in and Ogden will take a seat. A couple more subs coming in. Stinson and Hinson and Merrill. Big hand for our seniors playing their last game here on this floor. Stinson knocks it away, but the game ends. The Silver Eagles winning it 39-24. Not the prettiest victory, but we'll take it because it takes us on to the next step. Silver Eagles will play Thursday, 7 o'clock at Janesville Parker versus the winner of Waterford and Union Grove. That game should be just about done there. This has been a Monona Grove Creative Video Club production, Monona Community Media production. Excuse me, I'm Steve Martinelli. Happy to have brought these to you for the last 20 years. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Be sure and tune in for the boys next Friday night as they start their run to the playoffs. Thanks and good night.